Hoops House is now week 8, and we got some big plans today.
Yes, so we are here at our buddy Chase's shop. This is Iron 8 Coatings and Fabs. This is powder coat shop, mechanic shop. You see he's got all his toys in the background.
Not all of them, but.
Well, not all of them, but some. All right, so we're here today, and we are finally shooting some powder today.
Finally.
Yes. It's been weeks in the making. We have been trying our hardest to get to this point, and we are here today. So we're going to waste zero time. We're going to get right into this. Let's start shooting some color. All right, guys, so now we are finally about to shoot some powder. We got our parts hung up, so now we're to the point now we're going to be pouring some powder in our little container that goes on our gun. We're going to blow those parts off, and we're going to go ahead and put some powder on for the first time. So the colors we have chosen, which we have not talked about, are Lollipop Purple and Pearlized Violet White. So with the Lollipop Purple, this is a candy top coat, so it has to be sprayed over an aluminum color. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to spray these parts with the polished aluminum. We're going to bake that, pull those parts back out, and then we'll shoot them with the purple, bake that, then we'll do our white parts. So that being said, let's pour some in the container, and let's go spray some powder. Alright, so I forgot to hit the record button before we rolled the parts into the oven. I'm sorry. Anyway, so we shot the silver base coat, which is going to be the base coat for our Lollipop Purple. Rolled it in the oven, baked it for a few minutes. We pulled it back out. We're letting it cool now, and then we're going to roll it back inside. We're going to start shooting this purple, and then we'll roll it back into the oven to cure the purple color. So, that being said, we're fixing to get ready to roll this thing inside and shoot some purple. Some real colors, not just silver. Purple. Here we go. again, forgot to press the record button on the camera before we rolled it into the oven. So, anyway, we got Hunter out here cleaning up the shop now because this powder gets absolutely everywhere. Hey, buddy! So, anyway, we're in the oven now. Oven set to 400. So the purple is supposed to cure, I'm sorry, at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. And I look like I have a black eye because, you know, powder coat. Anyway, it's in the oven here, heating up right now. So we'll be pulling that out of here in a few minutes and see exactly what the color looks like. And I'm so excited. So we'll be back in a few. All right, guys, so our powder is cured. We haven't even opened the oven yet to look at it, so you guys get to see it with us firsthand. So, that being said, we're about to open this thing up and check out what our parts look like and see what our lollipop purple looks like. Here we go. Alright guys, so we're about to call it a night tonight. So we got the purple knocked out on the majority of the suspension. Didn't get everything finished. We do have a few leaf springs left to do, as well as front coil springs.
Yep, and that's going to be white, so.
Yeah, so that'd be quick, easy, you know, knock that out. So we're going to call it a night tonight. I'm going to come back tomorrow and shoot our white. Bear in mind, this is our very first time shooting powder.
Especially with a cheap gun, too.
Yeah,
fairly
so you guys remember we got the gun from Harbor Freight to do this with, just so we could see, you know, how a budget gun works. So, that being said, we do have some imperfections in the powder. We do have a few light spots down in some, like, really tight areas, like in the control arms and things like that. So, I mean, it's not perfect, but it is good enough to get us by.
Yeah, and especially on the top and bottom of the parts, you won't be able to see that at all, but we don't like it because we're OCD. So future builds, we'll definitely get all of it.
Yeah.
Well, especially this part right here. This part is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's all. But good thing is you won't be able to see it. But, so yeah, in the future we plan on upgrading our gun. You know, we're actually planning on building a powder coating area in our shop. So, you know, we'll be able to add in a few more lights and things like that.
And definitely have an oven about that size.
Absolutely, that's perfect. Like, it works out great.
Maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe longer for frames.
Never know.
Hey, future is, you never know.
Yeah, never know. But anyway, guys, so we're going to go home and get some rest. Hunter has to work tomorrow.
Unfortunately.
But I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to shoot our white, get this powder coat knocked out so that we can get everything moved back to our shop and get ready to go ahead and start assembling the suspension. So, good night, guys. We're going to go home and get some rest. I'll see you back tomorrow. guys, we got our parts back at our shop. Still have the white parts up at Chase's shop that we have to go and pick up this weekend. So when we get those here, we're actually going to start going back together with suspension next week. So this is as far as we're going to get this week. You saw our very first attempt at powder coat. You know, we finally got to see some color lay down. So next week, we're actually going to get to see the suspension start going back together, hopefully, if all goes well. Got some parts ordered, and so just really hoping that it's all here in time for us to start putting this stuff back on the frame. We'll be cleaning up the rear end, getting it painted. We'll be painting the engine cross member, things like that next week. So a few things to do before we really start, you know, putting the motor on the frame and putting the start putting the body components together and doing body work, things like that. But appreciate you guys tuning in this week. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I know it was kind of probably a little slow, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting into the fun stuff. So we appreciate you guys hanging with us. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as always so that you know when we post. And we will see you guys next week.